Alright. It's time to infiltrate the U.S. missile base.
Snake, Peace Walker has crossed the border and entered a U.S. military supply base on the southeastern shore of Lago Colcibolca. Coleman's targeting the MSF plant. That's us. Don't let it launch that nuke. Destroy Peace Walker.
Alright. Single player. Mission prep. And I'm going to continue to go with the sneaking suit. It's my, again, you know how I like to play these games at this point. Even though I get spotted, I mean, you know, sometimes I just get spotted because it's more fun. Gotta be a little gremlin sometimes. Oh, hey. Amanda, why don't you always wear the full suit? You look great.
I've arranged for a guide to get you close.
Actually, she looks like the concept art version of Olga from the MGS2 art book.
Sorry about the horse. He sure was pretty.
Oh, no.
Life's end. Isn't it beautiful? It's almost tragic.
Look, we're returning to this scene. Except for it's like
Waiting, Snake.
tasteful and sad and works.
There is nothing more for me to give you. All that's left for you to take.
Remember when they said it was like, oh,
By your own
you know,
hand.
it's like the horse was part of the boss and the horse being, yeah.
No victory.
Well,
The survivor will carry on the fight.
the horse
The one who survives will inherit.
got
the
pretty
title
beat
of
up
all.
last time.
Kill me. Kill me now. There's only room for one boss. And one.
And see, like, we do that. Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
The boss's defection was a ruse set up by
Hey,
the
look.
government.
Eva's back.
But then something happened that no one
That's
could
why Suzette Minet, that pseudonym was credited.
made nuclear warhead at Sokolov's research facility. So the operation itself was greatly expanded and revised. The authorities in Washington knew that in order to prove their innocence, they'd have to get rid of the boss. And that one of their own would have to do the job. The boss wouldn't be allowed to come back home alive.
And here we're getting
And she
this
wouldn't be
sequence
allowed
without
to
the
kill herself.
QTEs.
Her life would be ended
Again,
by her most beloved disciple.
It really is just the presentation, right? Because this is a scene we've seen before, and this is
Will follow her to her
Eva's dialogue from before. It's a new recording of it.
future generations will revile her. In America,
But
as a despicable traitor was
I don't
presented.
mind this retread of the legacy of the boss and re-explaining it, because it's presented really cool. This is a much better presentation of this to us than the one we got in MGS4. So even though MGS4, once again, you know, did this, we're retreading the story of Snake Eater like
History will never
we've done it every single game by now. But
No one will ever learn the truth.
I don't know, I like it because of how it's presented. It's cool seeing
Briefing.
dialogue over these really stylish redrawn scenes.
Everything she did for her country.
I genuinely, I have no complaints about this. This is fine. Sometimes you do need to spell stuff out for the audience. Sometimes you need to remind them of things. It's pretty common, especially like
Patriot.
in like movies. Oh, the tear! Look, we get this again. It's so good. You know, I don't mind that. I genuinely don't mind that. I think it's done actually very tastefully in this game, and stylistically. It looks cool. It's not just screenshot. Look, we're in a cardboard box. Look, we got a callback to this too. That's cute. Yeah, there's like this game is tasteful in ways that,
This is Snake. Can you hear me?
This is Miller. Loud and clear.
and we get that.
Got in without a hitch.
So it's like we're at the beginning of a Metal Gear game. It's genuinely good. It's good. Again, a lot of it is really being carried by the art style, by the pacing, the type of pacing these scenes have to have because of the motion comic style. They have to be quicker paced. They have to be visually interesting. I don't mind retreads of previously established stuff.
I've kind of gotten attached to the place myself.
Oh, that's sweet. If it's portrayed in a cool way, and I think this game does that well. Again, I think they've
got their own cause to fight for.
And Snake. Don't forget the
I haven't forgotten. I think the limitations of this art style are actually a benefit, you know? I think they actually strengthen it rather than... Because a typical Metal Gear game, we would have gotten two people in a room, motion captured, talking about stuff. We would have gotten the scene from MGS4 that everyone hates, you know? That I don't mind, but I know a lot of people don't like that. And I'm not the biggest fan of how MGS4 did it, but yeah, I love how this game does it. Oh my god.
Something's wrong here. Keep your eyes peeled, boss.
So if you look at this guy... Well, let's take care of his buddy.
Someone's firing!
Quiet. Shut up.
We have a situation. Backup team. Head over and investigate.
You look at this guy, he's kind of Gurlukovich Soldier-esque. He's got a lot of very similar gear. Which again is pretty neat. This level's also quite good. Kind of reminds me of the silo in Portable Ops, especially this little area. Oh, look at that.
You alright? Yeah! Someone's firing at us! Going to alert status!
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete. Alert.
So... that little kidnapper is going to be an issue. If we're not careful. Also the fact we can't... Oh! Like I said, it's going to be an issue. That's fine. I like it though, because it's like, alright, it's not quite a surveillance camera, but that's fine. It's, again, way more similar to the ciphers from MGS2 that were, like, really underused. The only times you really saw them were in cutscenes or, like, late game... Oh, look at that guy. Oh, he's an idiot. He's going to try and come all the way over here. He doesn't even know. You would see them late game, usually on, like, the bridges. And they were just kind of stupid. I don't know, I like that it's just kind of there being... Oh, hi. Being the equivalent of a surveillance camera. This game could use more Solid Snake looking confused and everything. Yeah, that's what I mean, like... It's like, what... Why did we do a retread of MGS3 there? What was that? Well, that was quite literally Snake remembering it. Right? We were looking at Snake's memories... And, like, a flashback of, like, oh, no, now I have to put down the horse just like I put down the boss. Oh, and we already said that it's, like, the horse inherited part of the boss. Oh, no, this is sad. You know? I understand MGS4 needing to inform Snake, Solid Snake, of the events of MGS3. And, in turn, the player. Because maybe not everyone played MGS3, you know, but... I don't like the way they did it. I feel like this makes more sense. And, again, it's like artistic, you know? It looked cool. It was stylized. And it was quick. It was very fast. And I think the pacing may be the biggest thing. I talk about that a lot in these games. Oh man, the pacing is all over the place. But, you know, the only reason I ramble on so much about this is because it's very easy to create a straw man version of Chuni Onika, where it's like, oh, so the guy who loves Metal Gear Solid 3 hates every time they bring up Metal Gear Solid 3. No. No, it just depends on how they do it. MGS3 is like the best game ever, and it is, you know, the genesis of the franchise. It is the genesis of this entire story. So I understand that we need to go back to it. Not only for, you know, like, for the sake of the player, because it's usually years between these games. You gotta kind of remind them. And because, again, you look at it like a new installment of a game is like another season of a TV show, right? When you're watching Dragon Ball Z and, you know, Cell shows up and now we gotta bring up Frieza because, well, Cell is made out of, like, the cells of all of the Z fighters and, like, Frieza and stuff like that. You know, from when he was on Earth. And you go, okay, well, we gotta show some footage of the fight with Cell. In case, you know, you forget who he was, or you forget, like, what he looked like, because it's been a while. You know, it's been like 50 episodes since he showed up, so alright. And that's how I look at video games. I don't mind them showing stuff we've already seen to remind the player. I just don't like retreads for, like, no reason. Like that, the shot of Snake, you know, having to shoot the boss, that angle got referenced here, and it was tasteful, and it was sad, and it was a direct connection to this character and to the boss, and we're gonna get that shot again in a future game, and it makes no sense. It's just kind of there for, like, very gratuitous, like, you know, self-indulgent reasons. And some people are of the opinion, well, if you worked on something, you know, if you made something good, you can reference it as many times as possible because you're the guy. You made it. And I go, yeah, no. Video games, you know, media is art. But, like, and all media is art. And all video games, again, I don't like calling a video game a piece of art. I think it's more accurate to say a video game is an interactive art exhibit. But still, long-winded way to say, yes, video games is arts. And, like, art is not a metric of quality. There's absolutely bad art, you know? There's art that I don't really like, and there's decisions in art I don't really like. And, yeah, this game does the self-referential stuff in a way that's actually relevant to the character and the plot, because we literally have a mad scientist trying to resurrect the boss through AI, and then it's like, well, why is she doing that? Well, because she's the best at AI, and she wanted to bring back the boss, and she's kind of using the connection to this program as an excuse to be able to fund and make that happen. And so it makes sense that then Snake would have flashbacks to things that happened with the boss. It makes sense that Solid Snake needed to know about the events of... Oh, sweet, it's Buzz. Of MGS3, but, you know...
I can hear you.
They just didn't do it in a very good way.
I don't recognize it.
What about Coldman?
He just left for the control tower. Said something about entering the final data.
Oh no. Oh no.
What is the matter?
They found me.
Snake!
They found me?
Snake, you okay?
Chuni Onika caused an
MSF
alert?
Ready to move out. They're headed your way on the double.
Are you serious?
There's a skeleton
Look at this
crew
fake
at
fan
the
not
base.
liking when a thing is done poorly. Yeah,
Someone else is en route to the base in
yeah, I mean, yeah. That's how I feel sometimes. It is how I feel sometimes when I'll criticize something that I would criticize in any piece of media,
Get over there quick as you can. You're almost there, Snake.
but I'm criticizing it in Metal Gear, you know, but people like and respect the director of this game and these franchise, you know, entries.
I'll be watching over you.
Oh, you're so sweet, Cause. Look how cool he looks there. Yeah, you know, it's just like, I'll bring up these issues and then it'll be like, but the director though. And I'm like, yeah, he did a bad job directing that part. You could do a good job directing one part and a bad job directing another part. It's fine. It's okay. You know, it happens. Anyway, it's a pretty simple mission, but I like it. I like that this game actually lets us sneak through bases pretty often.